Have you ever asked yourself how the global internet works and who is responsible for its continuity framework? The coordination of the global internet's domain name system, IP address allocation, and other unique identifiers is managed by several organizations working together within a distributed and collaborative framework. Key entities involved in this coordination include Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers. ICANN is a non-profit organization responsible for the overall coordination of DNS and the management of top-level domains. It oversees the assignment of domain names and IP addresses to ensure their uniqueness and global interoperability.
What does ICANN do? To reach another person on the internet, you type an address into your device, a name or a number. That address must be unique so computers know where to find each other. ICANN maintains and administers these unique identifiers across the world. Without ICANN's management of this system, the domain name system, or DNS as it's known, we wouldn't have a global, scalable internet where we can find each other. Within ICANN's multi-stakeholder model, civil society and internet users, the private sector, national and international organizations, governments, research, academic and technical communities are all represented. ICANN's community-driven policy. To keep pace with dynamic technologies and rapid innovation, ICANN enables consensus-driven, multi-stakeholder policy development with broad representation from the global internet community. Competition and choice. From accrediting over 1,000 registrars to introducing new top-level domains, ICANN works to expand consumer choice by fostering competition and innovation in the domain name marketplace. Which functions does ICANN coordinate? The domain name system, Internet Protocol Address Allocation, the Protocol Parameter Registry, root server systems, generic top-level domain name system management, country code top-level domain name DNS, and time zone database management. Security and stability. ICANN supports DNS security through technical training and engagement, coordinating and collaborating with the community in the implementation of standards such as DNSSEC. Interoperability. ICANN's work enables new technologies to flourish while maintaining interoperability across the global internet. For example, management of the unique protocol identifiers allows communication using secure connections between users. Contractual compliance. ICANN oversees the contracts it maintains and enforces consensus policies developed through the community-driven process. ICANN's contractual compliance function seeks to ensure compliance with the agreements and the consensus policies. Who's involved? A number of groups, each of which represents a different interest on the internet. All of them come together with the board of directors. The supporting organizations on addressing, country code names, and generic names. The advisory committees, at large, governmental, the root server system, security and stability. And the technical advisory bodies, the technical liaison group, and the Internet Engineering Task Force.
Internet Assigned Numbers Authority, IANA, a function operated by ICANN, is responsible for the global coordination of DNS route, IP address allocation, and other Internet Protocol resources. IANA allocates and manages IP address space, assigns unique parameters for various Internet protocols, and delegates authority over top-level domains or TLDs, regional Internet registries. There are 5 RIRs worldwide, such as American Registry for Internet Numbers ARIN for North America, RIPE NCC for Europe, APNIC for Asia Pacific, and so many more, and they are responsible for the distribution and allocation of IP address blocks within their respective regions. RIRs work in collaboration with IANA to ensure efficient and fair distribution of IP address resources. Domain name registries manage the registration of domain names within specific top-level domains like .com, .org, .net. Domain registrars are accredited by registries to offer domain registration services to the public.
Domain names are, as you know, the usual names that we use on the internet, like .com, .net, .info. But today we have around 1,300 domain names, that list. And the community strongly feels that it is not competitive enough so far, and therefore we need to do more to expand the choices that are available to accommodate diversity and to increase the utility of the DNS and even competition. What do you mean by diversity in this case? If you want a domain name in your different writing way, not what we call Latin today. So if you are writing in Chinese or in Arabic or in Ethiopic, you might want to write your domain name as well in that particular way. So when we open the next round, which you're working on, this will allow you to register these domain names in those different languages, those different ways of writing. And therefore it is important and a right for all these people that will use the internet differently in their unique languages to be able to have domain names, and actually also email addresses that can be written in the way they write, so that you have an email address that is complete in Chinese, a domain name that is completely in Chinese, and it can be used and accessed on the internet. This is why this is important. So it will be a chance to expand domain names further, to allow more competition, to allow more usability and diversity on the kind of names that you can access on the internet, to allow more people who write differently to be accommodated, which is not possible today. So this is why this is very important, not only for us, an organization as ICANN, and this is why we are going round, including here in Kenya, to speak to the community, to inform them about this program and help them prepare to participate effectively when we formally open this program in 2 years' time. So we're inviting you from Kenya, from around the world, to be aware that this is in the works, and that is important for everyone that is using the internet, because the internet is about inclusivity and diversity, and ICANN is playing its role in promoting diversity in the domain name space.
Internet Engineering Task Force, IETF, and Internet Architecture Board, IAB, develops and promotes internet standards, including those related to protocols and technologies that underpin the DNS and IP addressing. IAB provides oversight and guidance to the IETF and other organizations involved in internet standards development. The collaboration among these organizations is essential for the stable and secure functioning of the internet's core infrastructure. Policies and decisions are made through a multi-stakeholder model involving input from various entities and communities to ensure inclusivity and transparency in the governance of the global internet ecosystem.
Well, I can stand for the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers. Basically, it's about coordinating the unique identifier system of the internet, and that's what ICANN does.
And what does that mean for Africa?
Well, it means a lot actually, because although Africa today is about 20% usage of the internet, it's quite important for so many issues of developmental issue. And now the work of ICANN is important for Africa in terms of course, the internet itself, but the whole, I would say, policy development around it, around those unique identifiers is important for Africa to know about it and also to be part, of making that policy. So in that regard, I believe that it's quite important for Africa to be participating.
So what efforts does ICANN do and your team do in Africa to raise awareness on this?
Well, many things actually. I would just recall that ICANN's presence in Africa actually was triggered by what we call the Dakar Declaration by the African Minister in charge of ICTs, who really wanted ICANN to be much more present in Africa, but also Africa to contribute more. That was 2011. Today what we have done is we do have a strategy for Africa. That strategy calls for two things. It's about, of course, promoting participation to ICANN, but also it's about supporting, I would say, the African DNS industry. So in that regard, our strategy has a few kind of program and projects, and a few of them quickly to simplify what we've been doing in Africa. We set up forums, forum to discuss, DNS, for instance. It's quite important. It was the first time that the professionals in that regard are meeting and discussing issues and ideas, and also collaborating. But we also established topical workshops that really address issues such as copyright issues, the brands, and the domain names. How do you understand those things, and the whole legal issues surrounding those things is important. It was the first time now that people are hearing about those things. We are also building capacity in terms of managing your registries, and also in terms of marketing. All of those are really bringing now some sort of value added to the whole internet ecosystem in Africa. So we are trying to change, we are supporting actually the ecosystem there. Should always go back to what internet could be for Africa. We are talking about the digital economy, and we believe that Africa can really tap into that market.
ICANN recently had an engagement in Africa in a conference hosted by KICTANET that was aimed at bringing together key stakeholders, industry professionals, and thought leaders to discuss and foster a deep understanding of the organization's role in Africa's digital landscape and increase visibility on the Coalition for Digital Africa. The event sought to explore collaborative opportunities, address challenges, and promote active engagement between ICANN and the African internet community, identify collaborative opportunities and potential partnership, address challenges, and propose solutions for improved internet governance, network, and foster connections among stakeholders. The participants were drawn from industry professionals and leaders, representatives from government agencies, civil society organizations, academia, technology and internet service providers, and youth and community leaders.
We are in an era of community networks where we are looking at telecommunication infrastructure built by the community for the community. We have a lot of youth, and I think the thing is, what can we do with the resources that are available? It's inexpensive to set up infrastructure. If it's in our communities, capacity building, we have devices such as Raspberry Pis that just cost $100, 2 or 3 of those, and you have a digital learning center for those who are working with children. Yeah, so let's not be so dependent on funding that is coming from other sources, because it comes with strings attached. Let's see what we can start with.
I like the idea of action. So for me, it's 2 things. Because we have the raw material, which is our people, I think that's a fantastic asset. The young people. I like the example of what Kagame is doing with Carnegie Mellon University and stuff like that. Let's solve for the talent. Let's improve the quality of the people. Governments are trying to do that at a basic educational level. As professionals, let's invest in the talent.
The future of internet connectivity in Africa holds a significant potential for growth and development. Emerging technologies such as satellite internet, low Earth orbit satellite constellation, and high-altitude platforms have the potential to complement existing infrastructure and expand connectivity in challenging terrains. Improved internet connectivity can have a significant positive impact on economic development, e-commerce, digital entrepreneurship, and access to online markets, and contribute to job creation and economic growth.
When you access any domain name, or put differently, any domain name on the internet has been paid for by someone. And that money goes to a different place depending on the kind of domain name you are accessing. If your domain name ends with .ke, that money is within our country. If it ends with any other thing, for example, .com, .net, .info, that money goes beyond our borders, outside the country. So first of all, there's money involved. So you are contributing money because you are utilizing a domain name. This is why we are saying domain names contribute to the digital economy, because you actually make a payment for you to get a domain name. And this payment can remain within our country to support, other services that we can get if we consume our own names. So we encourage you to buy names and pay for names that are within our borders, because that money can then come back into circulation in our economy and contribute to what we are calling our digital ecosystem, local digital ecosystem.